How do folks, Bones here, Bones' Shed, and today I just want to show you a quick run through, or show you how I installed one of these new fangled diesel heaters that I've been doing the rounds on YouTube. Because of the cost of living crisis, a lot of people have been trying to find out ways of heating their space a bit more economically than gas or electric, certainly electric, which has gone up horrendously. So one of the things people have been doing has been buying these little heaters that you can buy on eBay and Amazon and places like that. Now apparently I saw a guy on YouTube say that the patent for these had run out. They used to be made by a company called Webasto, I think it was, and they made these diesel heaters for vans and motorhomes and stuff like that, and the patent had run out, and the Chinese, as they do, just jumped onto it, reverse engineered it and started churning out these little diesel heaters. So this little diesel heater here, excuse me, I purchased on eBay, and 82 quid it was for the whole thing. So it comes with the unit, obviously, like that, and some piping, and the display unit there, as you can see, the exhaust, which I'll show you in a minute. And you think, for 82 quid, they've made that in China, so they've had to pay someone to make it in China, they've had to pay for materials, it's had to be shipped here. You know, the guys who sell it from the eBay store in the UK, they've paid duty on it. So you think, how much are these units getting into the UK for, you know, or how much are they buying them for? And how much are they actually, the Chinese, making them for? So you got to wonder what sort of quality the components are going to be. But anyway, for 82 quid, you've got to give it a go, haven't you? So I fitted this yesterday, and I've just installed the box section here for it now, which makes it look rather smart and just keeps it away, out of the way a bit. So that little ticking you can hear is the pump. So it's on tick over now. I've just had this on about 5 minutes, and the workshop's at 12 at the minute, but obviously that'll warm up a bit more as we keep that going. So you get a little display unit with it. That's normally on the front face of that, but I took it off and put it on there along with the ducting. And if I can just move the camera around here, there's a 12 volt car battery motor there which it needs to start. Apparently it's quite a drain on the battery when it starts, but once it's started it's kind of like a tick over process, it hardly takes any juice. So I've got a T-piece coming as well to go on the end of there, so there'll be one going in here, this one, and then I'll feed one through that wall there, and run a pipe along here and have some air coming out of a chuff down there, and hopefully help spread the warmth around, because this is quite a drafty shed I've got here. Well, in fact it's very drafty, so I'm hoping I can get some decent heat out of it and cut down on my electricity costs, because I was using an oil filled radiator, it's under there now, but they're quite expensive to run as well. So a friend of mine suggested I use these on, I use heating oil with this, but you can't just use heating oil, so you have to add a bit of diesel as well to lubricate the pump apparently. So he's done a 80-20 split of heating oil and diesel, and he said it's been working fine, so I'll give that a go eventually and see sort of what cost per week it will be once things have settled down and I've kind of figured out the price of things and how long I need it running for it on a day-to-day basis in here. So to start these things, really simple. On this one, let me see if I can get it in focus. On this one, you just press the on button, it'll turn on, and then the fan will start, but you won't hear any clicking, and it goes through a cycle of figuring out where the gas is, I suppose, and how, I don't know, all the bits and bobs, self-diagnosis, and then you'll start hearing the clicking and the fan will speed up, and eventually it'll sort of self-sustain. I think that's the kind of thing that's happening there. If you want to speed the fan up, you knock up the fan speed there, and you'll hear the fan, or sorry, the clicking of the pump go faster. sure what it goes up to be honest, but you can hear it going quite high now. So that's giving a good heat. That you can't leave your hand there too long. Probably there, you can't leave your hand there. So what I'm going to try and do is set the thing going first thing in the morning, get it ramped up, and then just have it on tick over through the day. I'll just turn that down again. So that'll spill down it again. On this side, you go through the temperature cycle, the voltage of your battery, error code 0, and the time run. And on this side you've got, so that's the timer's off. I'm not sure what that is. Time run again. And then to turn it off, press and hold. Job done. Very simple. So if I just shift this out of the way, you have to raise them on blocks because bizarrely they've got the exhaust outlet right underneath, so you have to bend that tube and it needs a bit of clearance, so you then have to put it on blocks. Under there is the exhaust, the fuel inlet pipe, and there's also an air inlet. So I've got a so let's have a look. So yeah, I've got a temperature, electronic temperature gauge. See if I can get this on the thing. So look, we're pumping out 88 centigrade there. And I was a bit concerned that it was in a box. This might warm up, but this doesn't get hot at all really, just a bit down the bottom. So inside we're still reading mid 20s. Down here it'll be a bit warmer because the actual heater's down there. So I'll see how it goes with this framework on it. Just kind of keeps it out of the way for me, maybe makes it a little bit quieter. So let's go see the exhaust. So outside I've just got the hose poking out at the minute. I'll build a little baffle for that, get it out of the way, and I might even put some refractory cement in there, or some wadding from a fire blanket. So I've just drilled through, as you can see, and put an outer ring of 50mm diameter tubing all the way through, and then the exhaust goes down in the middle, centre of it. So that's it, guys. If you're thinking about buying one of those, hop on YouTube. There's plenty of stuff on there, plenty of good information, and so far so good, I've got to say. We're up to 13 now, and that's just on tick over. Like I say, I'm going to run a tube along the inside of that shelf there all the way along and get it into the sort of lathe side of things as well. If you've got any questions, fire away. I'll try and answer them as best I can. I'm not an expert on these things. Like I say, I only got it yesterday and built that box, but I'll try and answer anything I can. Good stuff. Cheers folks, see ya, ta-ra.